What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Overtime Sports Show. This is the Overtime Sports Show draft recap and schedule preview. Make sure you guys follow us everywhere, WTMN World. Visit the site, WTMNworld.com. Follow me everywhere, LL Cool Torrance. Make sure you guys check me out on Lions on the Prowl Free For All Friday. This coming Friday at 11 a.m. There's a live stream. Make sure you check out your boy. I'll be on there talking my shit, you know what I'm saying? But let's look at this draft. The 2021 draft for the Detroit Lions, man, I really like this draft. To me, it's probably the best draft we've had in a few years. Well, I love the direction that the team seems to be heading in, but I really hate that they decided to do this once they moved on from Stafford. I really like how the picks on both lines from this year's draft complement some picks from last year's draft as well. We for sure got 2 starters out of this draft, and I feel like all the guys is going to contribute this year. So let's look at it pick by pick. Of course, our number 1 pick, number 7 overall, we drafted the best offensive lineman in this year's draft, tackle out of Oregon, Penei Sewell. I didn't know he was that big, man. He is a really big tackle, and he is really, really agile. He can really get out, and he is really, really powerful. I'm really looking forward to what he's going to do. Everybody, I guess the consensus is he's going to move over to left tackle. I don't really see him as a left tackle in the league. I see him as a right tackle, a mauler, you know what I'm saying? Just one of them with all of the superlatives, the mauler, road grader, hog, all of that, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I really want us to have a nickname for our offensive line. I'm corny, so I don't think I can name it. The first thing that popped in my head just now, thinking about it, was like road commission or something like that. That's probably whack, but whatever. I want our offensive line to be so good they give it a nickname. Another thing about Penei Sewell, I really love how aggressive he plays. That was the theme of this draft. It seemed like all of the guys that were in positions of aggression, they played aggressive, you know? It's the difference. Aggression can be the difference between, I was going to say Chris Webber and Shaq. That's probably off, but you know what I'm saying? Like, because Shaq was just pure aggression. It was just go forward. You know, it was, you're not going to stop me. I'm unstoppable. I like that. I like that type of player. I like that type of attitude, especially in such a competitive sport, especially in a collision sport where you kind of need that. Our only pick in the second round, we drafted widely regarded a top 3 defensive tackle in this year's draft. Levi Onwuzurike, if I'm saying that right, defensive tackle out of Washington. Once again, with the theme of this draft, super aggressive guy. In his presser, he said he ready to fuck some people up. I'm with it, man. This is what I really want. This is what I really want. For this, you know how they say in 5 years or however many, what needs to happen for this draft to be a success? We need for one of these niggas to bite a kneecap. That's all we need. If one of the players from this draft class bites a knee, it's a success for me. That rhyme, I wouldn't even try. I'm cold though. I really like his versatility. I think he could play almost any spot on the defensive line. Word is we're going to play a 3-4, so he could play either defensive end. I don't know about playing the nose, but whatever. If, you know, in certain scenarios, if they go to the bear or 3-4, where we need, 2 tackles, to line up, he could definitely line up on the nose of a guard. In between the guard and tackle. I really like Levi's versatility and aggression. Our first pick in the 3rd round, what do you know? We drafted another top 3 ranked defensive tackle, and that's Alim McNeil, defensive lineman out of NC State. I think he's going to be a monster on the nose, man. Before they even said 3-4, because I guess they were saying that they were going to play a 3-3-5. I don't really know much about that. And in either of those defenses, though, you're going to need a dominant defensive tackle. And this guy will definitely be dominant on anybody's nose. I don't think you better move him off. So And once again, following the theme of this draft, another aggressive player, super aggressive, lots of tackles for loss. You know, whenever it comes to these defensive linemen, I ain't even really worried about sacks. Stop the run. Stop the run is all I really want. You know, control the run, however you want to look at it. And I believe that these two guys this year will be able to help do that. Next up in the third round, we had our first pick from that Stafford trade. You know, shout out to my boy, Matthew Lord, infamous Stafford. I'm looking forward to what him and the Rams is going to do this year. But once again, our first pick from that trade here in the third round is a compensatory pick from the Rams. Defensive back Ifitu Melifonwu, if I'm saying that right, out of Syracuse. Once again, I really like this guy's versatility. I think that he'll be able to play any place in the defensive backfield. He can play either corner spot. He might be able to line up, you know, on the nickel. Might even be able to play both safety spots. That's just how, I guess, long and athletic this guy is, or supposed to be. You know, with all these funny 40 times and all of that, this guy allegedly ran like a 4.3 something, I believe. So even if he didn't run a 4.3 or 4.4, I think he's like 6'2 or 6'3 or something like that. Super long. In my mind, at least, he kind of reminds me of a guy we already have, Armani Oruwariye, but he's not as fast. And this guy's supposed to be one of the very best press corners in this draft. Our first pick in the fourth round, we took wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown out of USC. We probably drafted our starting slot guy. Word is that his hands is super crazy. He seems to be, you know, a really nice route runner. You know, one of those, you know, kind of slippery type guys. A good comparison for him would probably be Golden Tate, who had a lot of good success here in Detroit, even though we had, you know, Stafford here with him. Our second pick in the fourth round, we traded our fifth round pick to get the very next pick in the fourth round. So we had pick 7, and we traded up for pick 8 in the fourth round. And with that pick, we took Derek Barnett, linebacker out of Purdue. I'm going to just keep this one short. Middle linebacker, nickname Pack-a-Punch. All need to be said. And is why, I guess, a lot of teams really like that pick. A lot of teams really like that player. So let's see. Especially if you wear 55, I got to give me a jersey. With that trade to move up to get the 8th pick in the 4th, we actually got a 7th as well. Well, our pick in the 7th round, our last pick, we took Jamar Jefferson, running back out of Oregon State. I guess Brad Holmes, you know what I'm saying, you know, Pac-10 like a motherfucker. I don't even really know what more to say. But depth at running back, you know, he's supposed to be able to do everything. He's supposed to be a good runner. Don't fumble. Supposed to have good hands out the backfield. And he's supposed to be able to block. And we cut Kerryon, so overall, I get the Detroit Lions on the 2021 draft. I give them an A-. I really love the theme of aggression. I would have said A+ if we would have drafted Milton Williams, but I ain't mad. I'm not mad at the guys that we got. Now, if Milton Williams go over in Philly and tear shit up, I'm going to be pissed. But congrats to the Lions, man. Good draft. We signed a whole bunch of undrafted free agents. I'm not going to go name by name and player by player. Shout out to each one of those guys, though. Congrats on being able to, you know, start your dream in the NFL, at least. But, you know, just some notable names, I guess. One of the highly regarded undrafted free agents was Sage Surratt out of Wake Forest. I thought I read somewhere that he used to be a quarterback or something, but he turned himself into possibly a first-round wide receiver. But he opted out in the 2020 season, and then he didn't run that well and all that kind of stuff. So I guess that, you know, you're almost on some Mike Williams shit. Not as bad, I guess. He ain't come in fat, but, you know, just sat out and didn't come in the shape that I guess everybody thought that he should be in. So verbatim, it said turn him into an undraftable prospect. I think that's kind of dumb, but hopefully we got a real good prospect out of it. Another notable signee, another notable undrafted free agent signee is center Drake Jackson. Per Pro Football Focus, this is the second most valuable center in college football last year. I don't even know what that really mean, but congrats, you're a Detroit Lion. I guess overall with our free agent signings in the draft, we even got an A from Bleacher Report. So congrats again to the Detroit Lions. So we'll go ahead and jump right into the 2021 NFL, 2021 Detroit Lions season preview, schedule preview. This is the first 17-game season in league history. They added a regular season game and took away a preseason game. For the Lions, this is another top 10 strength of schedule season. It's got to be some kind of record. If there is, I would guarantee if we ain't number one, we in that top 3. So we top 2 and we ain't 2 as far as niggas who've had top 10 strength of schedules. We are actually 6th this year. So we have the 6th hardest schedule in NFL. We open up against the 49ers. I think we could beat them, especially if Jimmy G is their quarterback. I don't know, man. I think the 49ers magic is worn off. They might come out there and beat us by 77 points, but we'll see. Moving on in the schedule, we have our primetime game against the Packers, Monday Night Football. We also have the Ravens, and then we got the Bears. I feel like we can win those games. We could definitely beat the Packers, and we can beat the Bears, but I guess it's safe to say that Lamar Jackson probably going to kick our ass. Week 7, big game at the Rams. Of course, first time Stafford to be going against the Lions. I want Stafford to throw for 900 yards. After the bye, we got the Steelers, Browns, and Bears. Of course, I think we could beat all 3 of them. We finish with Seattle and the Packers at home. Personally, I think we're going to sweep the Vikings, split with the Bears, and split with the Packers, just because there's always some really cheating shit going on with the Bears. Whenever we play in Chicago, it's always some cheating shit. And if you say, oh, you sound whatever, number 1, suck my dick. Number 2, the catch rule. So, best case scenario, I see the Lions maybe going 10-7. Worst case scenario, a whole lot worse than that, nigga. I don't want to put the energy out there. I don't want to jinx them. But in all honesty, I see, or seriously speaking, I see a 9-8, 10-7 season for the Detroit Lions. If Aaron Rodgers leaves, the prediction is pending on if Aaron Rodgers leaves, or if we trade for Deshaun Watson. So if we trade for Deshaun Watson, we going 15-2, bitch, and we go to the Super Bowl. So make sure you guys follow us everywhere, WTMN World. Visit the site, WTMN World. Follow me everywhere, LL Cool Torrance. Check me out this coming Friday on the Lions on the Prowl, Free For All Friday, live stream. I'm going to be on there talking my shit, man. Peace out.
Well, you get more for your money if you came to see this one today.